Imagine trying to lift a 50-kilogram stone, not for exercise, not to break a personal record, because if you don't move it, your shelter can't be built. For almost all of human history, strength wasn't something you trained for. It was something life demanded. There were no gyms, no dumbbells, no barbells, no workout splits, no personal trainers, no fitness influencers explaining the perfect routine, and yet, the average ancient human was likely stronger than most people alive today, not because they chased strength, because they couldn't avoid it. Which raises an interesting question. How did ancient humans become so physically powerful without ever stepping inside a gym? The answer begins with a simple idea. The human body doesn't care why you're lifting something. It only cares that you're lifting it. Imagine waking up 40,000 years ago. The fire has burned low overnight. Someone needs more wood. Water has to be collected. Tools need repairing. Fresh animal tracks have been spotted several kilometers away. Before the morning is over, you've already squatted dozens of times, climbed over rocks, balanced across fallen logs, carried heavy bundles, walked for hours over uneven ground. Without realizing it, you've performed movements that modern strength coaches deliberately include in training programs. Except you aren't exercising, you're just living. Today, most strength training happens inside carefully controlled environments. The floor is flat. The weights are perfectly balanced. Every repetition follows the same movement. Ancient life looked nothing like that. Nothing was symmetrical. A bundle of firewood shifted with every step. An animal carcass never weighed the same on both sides. A child held on while you climbed a steep hillside. Your muscles weren't simply producing force. They were constantly adapting to unpredictable situations. Modern researchers often call this functional strength. Strength that transfers directly into real-world tasks. Our ancestors didn't train for functionality. Function was all they had. Then there was carrying, perhaps the most underrated form of exercise ever invented. Imagine a successful hunt. The animal isn't waiting beside your camp. It might be several kilometers away. Now someone has to bring it home. Every piece of meat, every hide, every bone, every useful part. There are no wheels, no backpacks designed for comfort, no vehicles, only human bodies. Anthropologists studying traditional hunter-gatherer societies frequently observe people carrying extraordinary loads over long distances. Firewood, water, children, food, building materials. Day after day, year after year, modern exercise scientists still consider loaded carries among the most effective full-body movements for developing grip strength, core stability, and overall power. Our ancestors simply called it getting home, but perhaps the greatest difference was variety. Today, someone might perform exactly the same workout every Monday for years. Ancient humans almost never repeated identical days. One morning involved climbing. The next involved digging. Another meant throwing spears. Another required dragging branches. Some days demanded endurance. Others demanded explosive power. The body constantly encountered new challenges. That variety forced muscles, tendons, joints, and coordination to develop together. Strength wasn't isolated. It was integrated. Now think about climbing. Trees offered fruit. Cliffs offered shelter. Rocky terrain offered safety from predators. Climbing wasn't an optional hobby. It was a survival skill. Every pull upward strengthened the back. Every grip challenged the hands. Every careful step improved balance. Many of the muscles modern people isolate with expensive equipment were strengthened naturally by moving through the landscape itself. Then there was throwing. Humans are among the greatest endurance throwers on Earth. Long before bows existed, people hunted by throwing sharpened wooden spears. Throwing accurately required much more than a strong arm. It demanded powerful hips, a stable core, flexible shoulders, precise timing. Entire muscle chains worked together, not to lift the heaviest object possible, but to place force exactly where it mattered. Children practice these movements from an early age, not because anyone designed youth athletic programs, because play naturally prepared them for adulthood. Young boys and girls climbed trees, balanced on fallen logs, raced across uneven ground, lifted stones, wrestled, chased one another through forests and grasslands. Movement wasn't scheduled. It surrounded childhood itself. By the time adulthood arrived, strength had been developing for years. Then there's something modern fitness often overlooks: rest. Ancient humans certainly worked hard, but they didn't necessarily work constantly. Anthropologists studying hunter-gatherer societies consistently find that people often spend surprisingly little time acquiring food compared with modern working hours. Once essential tasks were complete, much of the remaining day involved socializing, storytelling, crafting tools, caring for children, or simply resting. The body experienced demanding physical effort, then genuine recovery. Not endless sitting, not endless labor. A rhythm between challenge and restoration. Nutrition mattered too, but probably not in the way most people imagine. Our ancestors didn't drink protein shakes after carrying heavy loads. They ate whatever their environment provided. Large game, fish, eggs, nuts, seeds, tubers, shellfish, insects, wild fruits. The exact menu changed dramatically depending on where they lived. Some days food was abundant, other days it wasn't. Yet when nutrients became available, they arrived as whole foods rich in proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals that supported recovery. No one counted grams, no one tracked macros. Their goal wasn't maximizing muscle size, it was staying capable. That's an important distinction. Modern bodybuilding rewards appearance. Ancient survival rewarded performance. Enormous muscles require enormous amounts of energy. In unpredictable environments, carrying more muscle than necessary could actually become a disadvantage. Evolution favored efficiency, enough strength to lift, run, climb, throw, carry, fight when necessary, and recover to do it all again tomorrow. Then everything changed. Agriculture tied people to fields. Movement became more repetitive. Instead of climbing, carrying, and throwing throughout the day, many people spent hours bending over crops or performing the same physical task again and again. Later came factories, then offices. Cars replaced walking. Machines replaced lifting. Technology removed many of the physical challenges that had quietly built human strength for hundreds of thousands of years. For the first time, it became possible to live an entire day without asking much of your body. So we invented something our ancestors never needed: exercise. The gym isn't evidence that modern humans became weaker. It's evidence that modern life became easier. Strength training exists because our environment no longer supplies the physical challenges evolution expected. The real lesson isn't that everyone should abandon modern fitness. Gyms are extraordinary tools. They help millions of people become healthier, stronger, and more resilient. The lesson is that the human body evolved to become strong through meaningful movement. Lift something heavy, carry it, climb, push, pull, walk, repeat. Your ancestors didn't build strength because they wanted impressive physiques. They built strength because every day asked one simple question: can your body handle what life demands today? For hundreds of thousands of years, the answer had to be yes. Not because they trained harder than you, but because they never stopped moving through a world that constantly trained them. And perhaps that's the greatest difference of all. Your workout ends after an hour. Theirs ended only when the sun went down.